Good morning. I just wanted to explain one of the offers that I wrote this morning because oftentimes when you're looking on Zillow, Realtor.com, even us as realtors looking in the MLS, sometimes something is called active under contract. And what that means in the Hilton Head MLS is that when something goes under contract, if it's still active, available for showings, that there is some sort of contingency on it that allows you to still show it. So in this exact case, yes, the seller did take a contract. They are officially under contract, but it's active under contract or contingent in Georgia or the Buford MLS. It's called contingent because there's something on that contract that says, hey, if any other buyer wants to offer on this property, the contract that we currently have is going to have X number of days. In this case, it's 5 days. Sometimes it's only 24 or 48 hours. It depends on the addendum attached to the contract. It means that the current buyer on that contract has a certain amount of days to say yes or no, I want to get that other contingency out of the way so that I can buy the house. So, exact example. This house is under contract in Bluffton, South Carolina, and it's active under contract. The contract contingency on it is that the buyer still has a home to sell in Kansas. That home is not under contract. It is just still on the market waiting for someone to offer on it. But meanwhile, this wonderful house in Bluffton, South Carolina, I'm gonna put in an offer for my buyer because we have a very strong buyer looking to close immediately, and that might be a prettier offer to the seller. So the seller's gonna receive our offer, then they have to, legally, they have to go to the other buyer that has the contingency on the current contract and say, hey, do you want to release your home to sell contingency, or can you buy this house regardless? Most of the time, that contingency is so strong that they're not going to be able to release that. Those people, that buyer needs to sell their home, okay? So they're unfortunately gonna get out of the way for our buyer to then be able to buy this home. So it's kind of a pros and cons whether it's a good situation for the seller or a bad situation. I personally think it really depends how long a home has been on the market. This home was on the market probably 12 days. They took that contingent offer. So I think that offer was probably really good purchase price wise, maybe even sold as is, in order for that seller to take that buyer's contingent contract. So in this exact situation, that buyer is actually gonna have 5 days to decide, can they still buy this property, or do they need to terminate their contract so the seller can take another contract, our contract, the one that we are offering now that doesn't have a contingency. So if that happens, if they take our offer, that is no longer active under contract, it's only under contract. So all of that to say, when you're looking on Zillow, Realtor.com, and you see something that's pending, contingent, under contract, active under contract, just tell us the address. We'll look it up. We'll figure out the contingencies. We'll see how close it is to closing because we can see when the close date is. And then we'll give you all that information to see whether we can still show it, whether we can still offer, and what the contingency is. So that is active under contract.